Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Madinah Media with me, Musa, Makana, Netshieneulu from Limpopo, but currently based in Lodium. Welcome to our program entitled Living Islam. First of all, it has been 10 years since I embraced Islam here in this Institute of Islamic Services. A lot has happened. I have seen many. I have went past many events, both good and bad. I have been through tragic moments. I have been through happy moments. But then it comes down to how do I see those as a Muslim? Firstly, to be a Muslim is a challenge on its own. Remember, life is a challenge on its own to everyone. Generally, as human beings, we come across many events in our lives, many different events that affects us both negatively and positively. So it depends on how do you see life. You can see life as a Christian, you can see life as an atheist, you can see life as a Jew, you can see life as an indigenous person with no religious affiliation. But to me, as a Muslim, not only a professing Muslim, but a practicing Muslim, when life threw its test or its challenges to me, then as a Muslim, I learned to face it as a Muslim. The question is, in which way? As we know, good as well as bad things happen to everyone. Then it separates the best from the rest. My life as a Muslim has taught me to rise above my nafs to attain the highest form of ihsan. My point being that whenever I face life challenges, whenever I went through different phases of life, it is natural to react in a way which many people may expect me to behave, to react. For example, when going through hardship, it is natural for people to get depressed, to feel stressed. Some may resort to drugs, some may resort to marijuana, some may resort to drinking, some may resort to all sorts of things to feel better. But as a Muslim, having learned that everything bad or good comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it helped me realize that whatever I come across through is a test. When it's a test, then it comes down to me, how do I react to those tests? In this way, the community will see me whether as a bad person or as a good person, depending on how I reacted to those situations. So as a Muslim, I've been taught and I believe that the best ones are not those who don't come across problems or challenges in life, but the best ones are those who rise above their natural instincts to achieve the highest form of ihsan or good deeds. Having said that, it is common for someone to say, somebody came to me, provoked me, then I slapped him, or I beat him so bad that he went to police to report the case, and I was arrested. When you ask them why, they will normally say, because it was too much for me to handle. But then, by the time they regret their actions, it is already too late. They are already in jail. They already have a criminal record, which will tarnish their chances of making it in this life. So the main thing that I've learned, even through during Ramadan, the month of fasting, where Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset. Before that, I didn't know the impact or the main reason behind fasting. For me, it was just about starving oneself of food and drinks, maybe to get blessings in the form of money, success, growth, wealth, and so forth and so on. But then I realized that the whole issue behind this is about self-restraint and self-discipline. Then, one thing struck me during my first year as a Muslim, when we received lots of food hampers and food vouchers. Then I asked myself, why are we given so much food during Ramadan when it's time for fasting? We're supposed to have empty fridges and empty shelves at home, because the sight of food is enough to tempt oneself to eat. Then, when going through the scriptures, both the Quran, the Hadith, and other works by various Muslim scholars, then it came down to me that for you to fast, or for me to fast, or for any Muslim to fast, the fast has to have a meaning. Which meaning? The meaning is that you have a food in front of you in abundance, plenty of food, and you are hungry. Then who is there to stop you from eating? You are alone, you are in your house, the food is there before you, and here you are hungry. Then how do you stay away from food? But then Islam teaches me that when you rise above your hunger and thirst, when you have the means to do so, then you are the best. Those are the best. It's all about self-restraint, self-discipline in the midst of temptations. Then the question was, how do I translate that into real life? Then the answer is when I interact with my community, with the society, obviously I do meet lots of elements. I do meet bad people, good people. They come to me with all sorts of temptations. Nobody can stop me from falling into the trap of those temptations. But it's about me and my faith and my ability to rise above the temptations, then to attain the highest form of ihsan, or the good deeds. So that remains one of the biggest lessons that I learned when I became a Muslim until now. That the reason why I'm still here, outside, not in jail, or not in some sort of trouble, is because whenever life threw challenges at me, I managed to rise above them, although I had the means to do so. That means for one to be a Muslim, there's no need for him to stay away from the people, to hide maybe in the cave, to live the life of asceticism, where you live on your own, maybe somewhere in the desert, maybe somewhere far away from the people. But you have to be with the people, living with the people, knowing them. But then, when they throw their own challenges to you, when you see all this type of test, then you rise up above them, above those, to attain the highest form of Ihsan. Meaning that to be a Muslim, it's not about like wearing topi, kurta, like about outside appearance. It's all about the impact you make in a society. How do people see Islam in you? Do people see Islam in you when you walk, when you talk to them, when you conduct business with them? This is the question that I always ask myself every day when I wake up. That when I walk, the way I talk to people, what I eat, what I prefer, what I hate, what I like, all should say Muslim about me. Meaning that to be a Muslim, it doesn't end in professing the Shahada only. La ilaha illallah. It's about living as a Muslim, where my actions, the way I look, and everything about me says Muslim. In this way, people, they can learn about Islam, even if before they can read the Quran or they can read what they read in the media. As we all know, that for the last two decades until the modern times, we have seen many reports from different type of media, newspapers, TV, radio, all reporting negative things about Islam and Muslims. We've seen the reaction of the people after the bombing of Twin Towers in New York and Pentagon. We've seen the rise of ISIS in Syria, about the Al-Shabaab in Somalia, the Boko Haram in Nigeria, which didn't help into the image of Islam. People are taught to believe and to see Islam in a very negative way, to see Muslims as a terrorist, to see Islam as a terrorist religion, which teach nothing but suicide bombings, killing people, and all sorts of vices. So the challenge now is to convince people around me that despite what they read in the media, what they see in newspapers, what they see in TVs, this is the true picture of Islam. So now the challenges will be there as long as people see Muslims as guilty before they prove themselves innocent. We all know that wherever we go, people, they see us as terrorists, maybe with bombs strapped to our bodies, waiting to strike at any time. Whenever they hear the name Hussein, Osama, Ahmed, Muhammad, they normally see that as a terrorist. So now, the challenge is to portray Islam in a very positive way. After the image of Islam has been battered, has been so damaged, so severely damaged, to a point where people do not trust Muslims. That remains a big challenge to me as a Muslim. But I believe so far I've made strides in trying to portray Islam in a very positive way, to draw attention to Muslims. People, they often ask me, how come even that person is a Muslim? Normally, they see Islam as the religion of Indians, or those from Malawi, Uganda, or other African countries. Then how is it that you, as a offended person, you are a Muslim? Now, the way I answer them and the way I reply to those questions, it helps people to see that anyone can be a Muslim. Because they think there are people out there who still think they are people whose language is Islam, who are Muslim, maybe in appearance, maybe in languages, in culture, in race. Yeah, the people who think there's a race of people called Muslims. But anyone can be a Muslim. You can be a Venda, be a Muslim. You can be Indian and be a Muslim. You can be white and be a Muslim. You can be any race and be a Muslim. But I think so far, by being a Venda and a Muslim, it has helped to change a bit, though I can't say too much, the way people see Islam. There are many things that I can say, but due to time constraints, let me stop here. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.